We're officially in the last season of the year. 2020 has been a year full of unexpected twists, mostly of the bad kind, unfortunately. But hey, Japan's well on the road to recovery, and we now have 2021 to look forward to. Now, I pray that I don't jinx it the way I did 2020 with my preview last year, but screw it. Let me just say it. 2021 looks an amazing year as early as now, and we're still not over the finale of Attack on Titan, which will start this December. Not quite the 2021 hit that I expected when the listings got taken down a few weeks back. By the way, before everything, I'd like you to hit that thumbs up and subscribe to this channel and my other one, which I'll be linking above. Hit that subscribe button to bless our 2021, because we've got a load of hype blockbusters coming up. The multiple finales of the past season are just the start, apparently. I don't want to keep you waiting anymore, so let's get the show going with our top 10 most anticipated anime shows of 2021. We have a lot of classics making their comeback, so let's get the ball rolling with Shaman King. I bet a lot of you young ones are excited for this. After almost 2 decades, we'll be seeing the return of Shaman King, one of the most beloved classic shonen at the start of the millennium. For those who aren't caught up, Shaman King is the story of the Shaman Fight, a large-scale tournament pitting shamans and their spirits against each other. The goal? Obtain the Great Spirit and get the power to reshape the world at will. Now, the series revolves around the carefree Yo Asakura, who gets thrust into the Shaman Fight, discovering new allies and foes as he discovers more about the world of spirits and the secrets behind the whole tournament. The Shaman King anime of the 2000s deviated from the manga pretty early. With only the first few arcs getting an accurate adaptation from the manga, a lot of fans were left disappointed. That's no surprise, but it's time to rejoice for those of you who stuck around for so long. This new edition of Shaman King is rebooting the storyline and following the manga, so you finally get to see all the craziness that happens in the manga in anime form. For those who haven't read it, trust me, things get really crazy later on. Rising of the Shield Hero makes its glorious return this 2021, and it's up next on our list.
最初にここから出た時は信頼と金、名誉、勇者としての尊厳。俺は盾の勇者になったおかげでもっと大事なものを手に入れたんだ。
It's finally here. I'm not gonna lie, I actually thought they forgot about the second season of Shield Hero altogether. After being announced some time ago, news of the second season has been non-existent. Until now. The second season of the Rising of the Shield Hero has finally been announced for next year with a new rocking trailer. The first season ended in quite an awkward spot for me. While I thank the anime team for not ending it on such a steep cliffhanger, it still ended with the adventure far from finished, and given how much I enjoyed the series, I just couldn't wait for more anime. What about the upcoming waves? What would happen to the status quo now that we know of the existence of another world that has its own heroes with goals opposing our heroes? If the anime sticks to the source material, we should be seeing the intermission arc and Spirit Turtle arc. Expect to also see more of not only the other 3 heroes, but also L'Arc and the rest of the heroes from another world. Anyone else ready to see Naofumi back in action? Let's go! Up next is the last one among the rebuild of Evangelion movies. Yes, the wait is finally over. Almost a decade after the latest film, the film Rebuild of Evangelion movie is set to be released in January 2021. After having some test screenings of the first few minutes in 2019, we finally got a trailer, and it looks every bit of awesome. I don't think that I need to explain why this movie belongs here. Just look at your social media erupt in joy after the trailer recently dropped. With over 2 hours of action, we'll get to see what promises to be an entirely new, alternative end to the series. I wonder how they can top what we currently have, which is End of Evangelion. The wait will surely be worth it for all of us. If you're one of the people who just can't get enough of one of the landmark mecha titles in anime history, 2021 is gonna be an awesome year.
力を失いしかの者に再び立ち上がる力を与え大切なものを守るには心構えが必要だ
For those praying for the slow decline of the isekai genre, I've got some real bad news for you. On the bright side, 2021's isekai titles are looking very promising. The ones that have been announced so far have been greenlit with much fanfare, and one of the frontrunners of 2020's isekai is Mushoku Tensei. The isekai device of choice is putting in a lot of work once again, ramming down our 34-year-old protagonist and sending him into the body of Rudius Greyrat. However, as always in these stories, he retains the knowledge from his previous rank, filling him with the desire to start over over and not repeat the mistakes of his past in his second life. However, with all the gifts that he retained from his past life, he also comes into this world with his other trait as a human on Earth, being a perverted otaku who dreams of making moves on women. I know the synopsis might not seem too special given what we typically have for isekai, but Mushoku Tensei is one of the more popular titles out there, and for a good reason. It has good character progression, great themes on redemption and coming of age, and has one of the most profoundly built worlds in isekai. I wonder how these will translate into the anime adaptation, or how the show as a whole will hold up, but that's the fun of waiting for adaptations, right? Next up is My Hero Academia's 5th season. For Shonen Jump, My Hero Academia is the gift that just keeps giving. Am I really supposed to be surprised that we're going to be getting a 5th season of this? On another note, I like how My Hero Academia takes breaks and adapts the arcs in chunks to keep anticipation up and avoid the shonen trap of filler hell. This time, we'll be going to the continuation of the pro-hero arc and the battle against the Nomu. The previous season has been one big redemption arc for Endeavor, and for the next arc, we should cover the training arc that pits Class 1A and 1B against each other, all the way to the start of the Endeavor Agency arc. You'll also be seeing the villains take the spotlight in one of the more unique shonen arcs out there. Who's excited for My Hero Academia 5? I sure am. Spring 2021 just can't come fast enough. Following that is To Your Eternity.
それは初め9だった
If things were normal, To Your Eternity would have premiered this year, but as we all know, 2020's definitely not a normal year, and the much anticipated series has been pushed back. 2021 it is then. I've already talked about the synopsis in length in the previous seasonal preview videos that I made. From the creator of the critically acclaimed A Silent Voice comes this brand new story about an immortal being that finds itself on Earth. Having experienced the source material, I'll vouch for it as one of the more thought-provoking and dramatic series that we do have coming up next year. It may be premature since we're still a quarter away from 2021, but given the quality of the source material and the staff behind the anime team, I'm sure that this one is not going to disappoint. Seeing the dramatic tale of an alien organism learning about the qualities that make our world what it is might have to wait, but the wait will be worth it. Coming in next is Dr. Stone's 2nd season.
ついにつながるぞ科学王国の全員が全戦力がな
It's been announced for quite some time, but we've finally got our release date. One of the amazing 2019 series out there, Dr. Stone has managed to blend the fantastic with the realistic in a mix that you don't really see in a lot of anime, weaving together some unexpectedly educational content with the fantasies and the adventure-filled charm of anime. It came as no surprise that Dr. Stone has become a fan favorite. Of course, we all can't wait to see more, so we'll be getting more Dr. Stone coming up. With the title saying Stone Wars, we can expect the continuation of the titular arc. However, I doubt that the fun ends there. I'm quite certain that we'll be getting some sort of the Age of Exploration arc and some major headway in getting the truth behind the petrification that completely changed the world. Dr. Stone, Stone Wars comes to our screens this January.
科学王国全軍出撃だ
That's a lot of action and fantasy we have lined up, so how about something fluffier and more romantic for our next entry?
誰しも他人には見せない一面があるはずだ
Just a short while ago, I recalled my newsfeed erupting in joy at this announcement. At long last, Horimiya is set to get an anime adaptation. So Horimiya is about two people who have hidden sides to each other. School idol, not that definition of idol, mind you. Kyoko Hori's one who has little chance to socialize away from school. A complete busybody, she has no time for lots of the joys of teenage years. On the flip side, you have Izumi Miyamura, a brooding otaku who actually has a gentle side behind him. Also, he's quite littered with piercings and tattoos, stuff you wouldn't associate with geeky goody two-shoes types. What happens when their paths cross in a chance meeting outside school? Having read some of the source material, I'd say that the series is full of surprises. It may seem to have a rom-com premise with a simple twist, but I definitely had a lot of fun with it. It's a lot better than you'd expect, and it just ended up being a really pleasant surprise. It's such a soothing and wholesome story that would melt your hearts this winter 2021.
ホリミヤ1月より放送開始
俺の守りたかったもんはここにある
It's been a long journey for Gintama, and as they say, every journey has a conclusion. Luckily for Gintama's loyal fan base that's been following the epic stories for so many years, we'll be getting the last chapters of the manga adaptation in the form of a full-length movie. Talk about ending with a bang, huh? After the dust settled from the final battle against Utsuro, peace and everyday hijinks returned for Gintoki and the gang. Now that the ultimate enemy has already been defeated, what awaits Gintoki and the rest of the Yorozuya? Turns out that we get one last adventure to go through before bidding the rest of the gang farewell. Of course, they can't afford to give a less than excellent product given the status of Gintama. Topping the list for me is the second season of The Promised Neverland. I didn't expect myself to be so excited for a sequel to a series that I felt ended on a pretty good note. Still, life awaits the children after their escape from Gracefield, and we reunite with them as they try to survive the world outside. Uncertainty and danger loom in every corner, and it will take everything that Emma, Ray, and the rest of the kids have in order to live. After all, they've just gone out of the frying pan and into the fire, with a whole society of demons presumably lying in wait in the world beyond. The Promised Neverland has become one of the big hits of modern shonen, and anticipation for the continuation of it is at an all-time high. What awaits the Gracefield escapees in the Society of Demons? Let's all tune in to find out. Among the 10 titles, which are you the most excited about for 2020? I think that we've got a very loaded year, and I'm very much excited for more Shield Hero and My Hero Academia. Horimiya looks to be my comfy show of choice too. What about you? Let me hear your thoughts on the comments below so that I can get to know you better. Keep in mind, I didn't include series like Bleach and Made in Abyss Season 2 because they haven't been confirmed to air during 2020. Before you leave, make sure to smash that thumbs up and subscribe. It would really help this channel grow, and nothing makes me happier than being able to share my thoughts on anime with you awesome fans.